Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. I have an announcement to make. This will be a really quick video, but we are working with IONNA to actually host another Out of Spec meetup at an IONNA site. Now, this is a really cool program because we are now 2 years into since the birth of the IONNA DC fast charging network, and things are just going at an alarmingly fast pace. About a year ago, just over a year ago, we hosted the first ever charging sessions on the IONNA network, and we had hundreds of charging sessions and megawatt hours dispensed to vehicles at the Out of Spec pre-launch party, where we worked with IONNA to essentially say, hey, EV enthusiast drivers, come to Apex, North Carolina. Let's share feedback, figure out if this network is going to be as good as they say they're going to be. And then, just learn both from the customer side and also from the company side. And we, since then, have had a fantastic working relationship with IONNA. We've done a lot of programs and projects together. And this one's even cooler because it's not just an Out of Spec meetup. You will see, I'm going to leave linked in the description, on February 7th, so many of your favorite creators are hosting their own meetups for a day of celebration to stress test the IONNA DC fast charging network. They are cutting the prices to 20 cents per kilowatt hour across the network, and you're going to be able to meet up with your favorite content creators at your local IONNA charging station. It's a really cool sort of nationwide celebration that we're working with IONNA on, and today is the announcement for all of the festivities. So we'll get into the main video. I'll tell you what we're going to be up to, and then I'll tell you some of the sites that you can go and visit. Great news, guys. There is a super unique EV drivers meetup event, not happening just in one location, but many locations across the country. Sort of a day of EV celebration, if you will. You know, we hosted that first event with IONNA, basically opening them up to public EV drivers for the very first time, December of 2024. Here we are basically a year later with 100 sites in the ground, with 2 full years under their belt of working on things, but 1 full year of actually providing charging. And there are so many chargers, so many sites, and an ungodly amount of sites coming. The real goal for all of this is, yes, it's a celebration. It's really fun. Let's go see, the great expansions of charging that IONNA is bringing to our market, which was badly needed and still needed. Way more charging is needed than what's been done. But it's really a great way to stress test the equipment. Network-wide, there are some cool goals. I'm not going to share what they are, but there are some goals to hit thousands of charging sessions and megawatt hours upon megawatt hours dispensed on Saturday, February 7th, 2026. And so even if you're not heading to a IONNA Rechargery that has an event going on, still go buy one because they're slashing prices to 20 cents per kilowatt hour across the network. Now, if you go to one of their big rechargeries, like we're hosting the Out of Spec meetup at the Garner, North Carolina big rechargery, we'll be offering free charging. You can just come, bring as many Hummer EVs as you want, bring a Tesla Semi, it doesn't matter. We'll fill you up for free. It's going to be a really cool program. And the goal is to stress test the equipment and to also just chat with EV drivers. At many of these locations, you will meet IONNA staff, and they are going to be asking questions. They're going to be looking for feedback on what they can do to improve, what you love, and almost more importantly, what you don't like, so that they can shape the future of the network to build even better charging experiences for EV drivers. Now, I've been super impressed with all my experiences with IONNA so far. A couple little bugs here and there, teething problems that have mostly been sorted out by now. But for example, like I'm in a Rivian right now, I can roll up to an IONNA site, plug in charge, just plug the vehicle in and walk away. And it really gives you that confidence feeling while charging. And you can actually see that because I just posted a video on our Out of Spec motoring road trip in my Rivian R1T, driving across the country using many IONNA sites. I just plugged in, walked away, and there's canopies, there's lighting, there's restaurants, there's amenities. And it's like, dang, the formula is so simple, but really very few charge point operators had got it. Of course, Tesla has done an amazing job at almost all of their locations. They're certainly the market leader in terms of the number of stations out there that provide a high quality experience. But IONNA's really pushing, and they're coming up, and they're providing NACS and CCS charging for all EV drivers at a very reasonable price. So let's talk about Saturday. What can you expect? So I'll be there. I don't know exactly what times I'll be there, but I'll be there pretty much from early morning to the evening, hanging out in Garner, chatting with you guys. And from my goal at the out of spec Garner Rechargery, I think it's going to be really fun because there's a bunch of different events happening at the IONNA stations around Raleigh. For example, at the original site at the IONNA Apex, you'll meet like with IONNA staff there. So you almost should ping pong between all of the ones happening in the North Carolina area. I think that could be really fun. But then there's other folks hosting their events. Like my buddy Tom from State of Charge is hosting an event, I believe, in Pennsylvania. My buddy Sip, who just came on the Eastern Edge, is hosting one in New Jersey. And then there's plenty of local EV clubs that are hosting events all across the country. Even on the West Coast, you'll see IONNA meetups. For example, my friends Patrick and Liv from the Electric Duo are hosting one in Vista, California. So it's a real big cross-country celebration and stress test, most importantly, of the IONNA charging network. So I figured I'll be there probably like 8 or 9 in the morning at the Garner site. You guys should come by, hang out, but be ready to be on camera. You can, of course, ask not to be on camera. We're not just going to throw one in your face, but we'll be using it as an opportunity to meet up with our viewers, share your stories, not even related to IONNA, just to chat about electric car ownership, how it's been going. Maybe we'll even do some owner spotlights for our Out of Spec Bits channel. Of course, you know, I'm always on the hunt for more content. So if you guys want to join for some videos, that's a great program to come over there and chat with us on. I think it's going to be a really cool event. So let's run over. I want to go through the press release that IONNA just offered, sort of the official communication, if you will. But I'll be in Garner with some of the team, and we can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be a really fun day in Garner, North Carolina on February 7th, 2026. We've got a big parking lot. We've got a ton of charging, and we are ready to host a really fun event. I'd like to show you the official communication from IONNA so I get in everything I want to show you. So this is a 2-year birthday celebration of IONNA. This is from their website here. So you can see in 2024, 8 powerhouse automakers came together to form a joint venture tasked with redefining public charging in North America and removing charging as a barrier to EV adoption. So step 2 was really our event. You can see this is the first site. We had in 5 hours, 201 charging stations and 4.8 megawatt hours of energy was dispensed. Now, this event is again happening at many stations. I'm going to show you them here in a second across the country. We need to get these numbers like not just doubled, not just tripled, but like blow them out of the water. I want to see thousands of charging sessions across the network, and then we're going to go through and crunch the numbers after this all happens again. So here's the ask from IONNA. IONNA celebrating 2 years in operation, and we're asking the same questions we've always asked. Are we still giving you the charging experience you want? Even after rapid expansion, are still providing quality at scale? You can tell they go pretty quick because typo. I love it. They're just so chill over there. I love this. You know, you can tell it didn't go through 30 rounds of review. Essentially what IONNA wants to do is they are all about the customer experience. I mean that truly. We've done videos with them. We work with them, yes, but just on like a conversational level with everyone I've ever talked to at IONNA, it always comes down to, it's not about the cost. It's not about where the chargers go. It's what can we do to provide the best charging experience to their customers. And that's what they've been doing. So here's what's going on. You can scan this QR code to get some free merch, potentially. It's a sweepstakes thing. But we're dropping the whole network to 20 cents per kilowatt hour all weekend. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just Saturday. But all Saturday and Sunday, it's 20 cents a kilowatt hour. Now, if you come to one of the 7 Rechargeries, which are like their big boy sites where we're hosting our meetup in Garner, you get free charging all day on Saturday. So you can come, like I said, bring a freaking semi truck. We'll charge you up for free. Now, here's what's going on. You've got Little Rock, Arkansas. You've got Vista, California with Patrick and Liv. You've got Lyman, Colorado. You'll have some IONNA folks out there. That's a really cool site. I just featured that one in a video today. Jeff Keenan is hosting in Connecticut. You've got our buddy Jose from Rivian Tracker hosting in Orlando. So that's going to be fantastic. You've got Oviedo, Florida. I don't know which local EV club. In Georgia, there's 2 separate locations hosted by IONNA. In Maryland, you can see these 2 from some great creators as well. Massachusetts, our buddy Corbin, the Ionic guy, hosting up there. To be expected, of course. That's a very Corbin move. Love Corbin. Then in Missouri, you've got 2 locations hosted by Plugin KC, which is a fantastic YouTube channel, and Local EV Club. I wish they would kind of say which ones. But anyway, I'm sure if you're part of that club, you would know. In North Carolina, they're going hard, of course, because this is where IONNA's based. So IONNA's going to be hosting their own in Apex. We're hosting our own at the big Garner site. And then my buddy Explore with Carlos is hosting in Raleigh. So you could hit all 3 of these in one day on Saturday. So you go see Carlos, come see us, and then, maybe finish it off with the IONNA folks talking to their executive team about what you liked and didn't like. Just a suggestion, but could work pretty well. Of course, you can hang out with us all day too. Then our buddy Sip is hosting one here in New Jersey. You've got Mike the Car Guy hosting in Ohio. You've got Tom Malagny hosting in Pennsylvania. There's another one in Pennsylvania as well. South Carolina is being hosted. That's sort of Charlotte, North Carolina as well, Rock Hill. So that's a really good one for those North Carolinians that don't want to come up here. 2 locations in Texas. Even Vermont's getting one by Plug and Play EV, another great outlet for electric car stuff. In Virginia, you have Drive Electric RVA, which is right up the road from us, actually. So if you're coming down from the north to come visit us, hit up Ashland on the way down to come visit us in Garner. Should be really cool. So you can hit up multiple sites on your big weekend road trip. Maybe even stop by the Out of Spec track on Sunday. Impromptu meetup if you're in the area. Maybe, don't know. Okay, we haven't looked at this track schedule yet. And then in Washington, there's one. In Vancouver, Washington, Alex, our colleague on the Renew channel, is going to go to that one, so you'll see him there. And then 2 in Wisconsin. All I'm saying is these are some fantastic creators, some fantastic EV clubs hosting essentially the same type of event all across the country, stress testing the network, pull in low, get as much juice in your car as you can at a cheap rate or free if you're at one of the Rechargeries. And should be really freaking cool. So we'll see you all Saturday, February 7th. Tag us, tag IONNA online. Go see your favorite creators across the country. Many of them are great friends of ours, and I can't wait to see how their events turn out. And of course, if you feel like it, take a long road trip out to visit us this weekend. Again, we'll be there all day in Garner on Saturday. And should be really cool. I'll leave the link to this blog post in the description below. And I look forward to seeing everyone at the IONNA 2-year birthday celebration. Should be freaking awesome. Thanks for watching. See you on another one again soon. Bye-bye.